This is the podcast pit, brought to you by Ben Media.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday morning. You know what that means. It is time to talk some wrestling, and this is a big week to talk wrestling. It's WrestleMania week.
Woohoo!
Here at the podcast pit. I am your host, former professional wrestling, promoter of Voltage Wrestling, jack of all trades, master of what I do not know, Mike Raddick. I am alongside my broadcast partner, Rennis, the Menace, Carbaugh. How you doing, Rennis?
I'm doing great, Mike. How about yourself?
Not too bad. We're going to get to WrestleMania here later on in the broadcast, but we have got a big preview for a tournament coming up here. We have got ATCW. I'm bringing up the information right now. ATCW is coming to you live from the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia. We are coming to you live, and it looks like, let me just pull this up because I'm not prepared.
Oh, my goodness.
Shame on me. But it looks like it's coming to you live from Kearneysville, West Virginia at the Leetown Community Center, and it's going to be taking place on May 14th and May 15th. This is a two-night event. It is going to be a tournament for the vacant ATCW Heavyweight Championship, vacant due to the unfortunate passing of Porkchop Johnson. We have got Deuce Donatelli, we have got Doug Delicious, we have got AK. We have got, who else do we got in here?
Oh,
we've got the Mercenary AK. We've got the Dark Horses. We've got Grizzly O. We've got Chris Hyde.
It's hard to find good helps.
Guess what?
What?
We've got Chris Hyde's opponent on the phone this morning.
Not just on the phone, Michael.
On the Zoom.
On the Zoom.
On the Zoom, because I'm going old school. I'm sorry, guys.
We're moving up in the world here.
We are moving up in the world. We've got him on Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a man that's going to be facing Chris Hyde in the first round of the ATCW Tournament for their heavyweight championship, the one and only Anthony Athens. Brother, how you doing? Not too bad, not too bad. So it looks like you're coming to us from WrestleMania weekend, am I correct? Oh, all right. What have you done? What have you gotten into so far? Wow,
That's awesome.
that is awesome to hear. Now, let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Being a part, you've been in the business for a bit now. What's it like? Just can you kind of give the fans insight on what it's like to be at a WrestleMania weekend? It's true.
Yeah, I've always said WrestleMania. There are a few events in the sporting events in the world that draw that type of crowd. WrestleMania, an international crowd. WrestleMania, the World Cup.
Yep.
The Masters.
Yeah.
And that's in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's about it.
And I would throw Wimbledon in there, but there's the Super Bowl doesn't draw this type of crowd. The NBA Finals doesn't draw this type of crowd. It's a completely different crowd, and you're sitting there with people from literally every country in the globe. It seems like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a cool feeling.
You really get an understanding of how big the wrestling business is.
Yes.
On a WrestleMania weekend. Do you agree with me here? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you meet some crazy wrestling fans. I remember sitting. This was WrestleMania 21 in Los Angeles. I remember sitting like three or four seats down from a guy who thought it was a great idea to get an entire back tattoo of Kurt Angle. Yeah, they showed it. Like, if you get the WrestleMania 21 DVD on one of the extras, they actually showed this guy. Like, I mean, it was a pretty damn good back tattoo.
And that's true. That's
It's
damn true.
Damn true. Yeah. Yeah, I sat there, I was like, A, why did somebody get Kurt Angle tattooed on their back? And B, how much did that cost? Because, yeah, it had to be a pretty penny.
Oh, yeah.
But, oh, yeah. So, I want to bring up, this ATCW tournament. You know, COVID has come and gone. We're starting to see shows back again. You know, however, there's some loose ends to be tied up here due to the unfortunate passing of Porkchop Johnson. Myself, I have never heard a bad story about this man. It's just been nothing but positive things to be said about this man. You know, great character, a great performer. What are your memories of Porkchop Johnson?
Yeah, I don't think I ever got to personally meet him. I also don't think I ever got to I never got to see him wrestle. But like Mike was saying, never heard a bad thing about him. Always heard that he was the utmost professional. I mean, he was. I have always heard that he was charismatic as can be. I mean, you could just tell that from, you know, the people who would talk about him. I would hear stories from the audience like who loved him. The audience loved him, from what I understand. Right. Right. And that's always that's always someone you want in your locker room, is someone who's always is going to build up those around you and such as well. So tell me a little bit about your journey. How did you come to be a part of ATCW and such? Where were your beginnings at?
Wrestling for the Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance back in 2013. I was 18 years old, and my first run pretty much was me teaming with Travis Tarvin, and we were known as the European Syndicate, and we were technically the league. And actually, the first place I wrestled outside of where I was training was ATCW, and we were there, and we were able to win the tag division championships. I've been heavyweight champion in ATCW before. Target's been hardcore champion in ATCW. And ATCW is definitely a federation also.
Yeah, I know Mike Black has tuned into the show every once in a while. I know I remember seeing Chucky from a young age. He was always one of my favorites. I've always really liked Chucky. I think somewhere I have a picture. I have one of his like the pictures that you can buy and stuff with him with the Poe. I think it's Poe. It's the Teletubby and the bat, the spiky bat. I mean, I've seen Chucky wrestle. I don't know, for probably 10. I feel like it's been at least 10 years now, easily. And I know I've never been disappointed. And to have him and Mike Black run the organization, it's a great partnership.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. I bet, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I'd say, Mike, we've said before, you guys in the area, you guys probably do, I would say, hardcore the best.
Yeah.
And it is still part of ACE. It is still a part of in the kind of ever changing landscape that is pro wrestling. It still does have its place, and you guys have given it its place and shined a spotlight on it as well. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Right.
All right, and folks, we just want to let you know we are aware of the audio issues that we are having. We're going to go ahead and upload this interview in its entirety after we are finished here after we are finished the live stream. However, what I want to do, I want to get back here with Anthony Athens. So with this tournament coming up here, there's a lot of great talent in the tournament. Doug Delicious being a longtime veteran, somebody who's been in the ring with some of the biggest and the best stars of professional wrestling. I'm going to ask you, how does it feel to be included, as one of the top contenders of this company, where this company is kind of putting stock into you to carry them? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Athens, we want to go ahead and thank you for being on the interview with us. Ladies and gentlemen, ATCW May 14th and May 15th, the tournament to crown the newest heavyweight champion of ATCW. You want to be at this event. Once again, May 14th, May 15th in Kearneysville, West Virginia. A short drive here from the Hagerstown area, a short drive from the Winchester area. Get out there, support these guys that are bringing independent wrestling back.
Yep.
All right. Well, Anthony, thank you for your time.
Thanks,
Good
Anthony.
luck down there, WrestleMania weekend, and good luck on the 14th.
And have fun.
All right, guys.
All right.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties there. We are once again we're going to upload this interview in its entirety after the event, or after the live stream, I should say.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's WrestleMania week, guys. I mean, it's one of the it's one of the busiest weeks of the year. I mean, we had. And this week it was even bigger because we had NXT Stand and Deliver 2 nights on Wednesday and Thursday night, and tell you what, pretty good show. The ratings were in, and while NXT won the final Wednesday night war, it was not by that big a margin actually, and they did not win the key demographic.
No, well, they're not going to win the key demographic.
Right.
It's just,
and a bunch of people were saying, oh, they were watching on Peacock. The Peacock number was almost non-existent. It was very, very small.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. They're going to have a lot of trouble getting subscribers to really jump over there.
Yeah, I mean, I did it because it's part of my job. It's, I downloaded Peacock the other day. I got to get ready to watch 3.5 hours of WrestleMania tonight, maybe. They're calling for severe thunderstorms, like, for 4 or 5 hours tonight.
What's the chance of it? Like, is it like?
I mean, it's like in the 50 to 60% chance range today and tomorrow.
Man, how's it got to feel if all those indie shows down there get to do their event and WrestleMania doesn't get to go off after a year?
Wild. Vince will make it happen somehow. He will find a venue. He will find something. He'll figure it. He's got it. I guarantee he's got something figured out. But so Stand and Deliver. Some title changes actually. Raquel Gonzalez became the new NXT Women's Champion, finally defeating Io Shirai, who has held that title for a long time.
I was about to say, that's
over
a long
a year.
time.
It's been over a year. Also, Karrion Kross defeated Finn Balor for the NXT title.
Oh no!
Which is exactly what should have happened.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross is a freaking monster. He is scary. He is really good at what he does. I couldn't see it going any other way. Great matches. Kyle O'Reilly defeated Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match, a hard-hitting match. I disagree with Kyle O'Reilly going over on Adam Cole. I think they could have They could have built this a little bit longer.
Yeah,
it's only been in the last 4 weeks that they've built this unsanctioned match, and he won it. I think it could have been. I don't think it's over, but I definitely think it could have. I think Adam Cole should have won, and it continued to build. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon defeated Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae to retain the women's NXT Tag Team Champions. But the match of the night, and possibly of all WrestleMania week, Walter versus Ciampa.
Oh, that sounds a little stiff.
A match. It was stiff. Ciampa did a lot of. He messed with Walter's hand and wrist, and arm, so he couldn't deliver his chops.
Oh no.
Ciampa chopped Walter himself, and I mean Walter's chest was like beat red. Had can see it almost looked like it was bleeding in place. Like those guys beat the crap out of each other. I mean, it was a really good match. there's few matches on the WrestleMania card that have the potential to do better than that match.
What match are you looking forward to most for WrestleMania?
Honestly, I think Asuka versus Rhea Ripley or the Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks.
I'm going Cesaro and Rollins.
That's going to be a really good match.
I know it's going to be really good. I'm waiting, like I'm hoping to see Cesaro break through.
Right. I want Vince to finally give him the push that he deserves.
Yeah, like he needs to have it. Like he is every bit as good as Daniel Bryan and then some. Like he's one of, like, if there was like 10, 15 years ago, if you would have asked me the 5 guys that would have made it from like that ROH crew that came up, CM Punk would have been one of them. Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, or Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah.
Colt Cabana would have been the 4th one.
Hey, Colt Cabana, how you doing?
Yeah, no, like no, but he would have been like he was always like, he was very versatile and he's always just really talented. And Nigel McGuinness would have been the 5th.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, we know why Nigel's not wrestling, but still, having Cesaro in a top spot, I mean, it should have happened yesterday.
Yeah, 100%. So night 1 of WrestleMania is tonight, starting at 8 o'clock. I'm so angry.
Why? Why are you angry about that?
Well, because I have to stay up late, Mike. I'm not a night owl.
A
night owl, and I have to get up early to go to work in the morning.
You know, I used to be
and then I have to go back home and watch another 3.5 hours of WrestleMania and get up early and go to work the next morning.
6 hours of wrestling.
7.
It could be worse. Could be worse.
It's just the fact that it starts late, Michael. I'm not
sorry.
mad that I have to watch 3.5 hours of wrestling. I'm mad that it starts at 8.
Well, I'll make sure
I'm
next
an
year,
old
Vince,
man, okay?
I'm sure Vince in his production meetings is like, we better make sure Rennis Carball can stay up.
Exactly. So night 1.
He's like, God damn it, we're making Rennis stay up late.
Yeah, exactly. So night 1, opening match is what I thought it was going to be.
What's that?
Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Hot opener. I think Drew's going to win the title back.
You think Drew's going to win a title back?
I have a feeling. Now, I would not be upset if I were wrong, but I just think it would mean so much more. Like, it's kind of a redo for McIntyre.
Yeah.
He won that title last year, and his pop last year would have been huge had there been an audience. I hope that they give him that pop.
They should.
You know what I mean? So Drew is who I think.
Speaking of pop, you know, we got to give somebody a quick pop, and that is the good folks at the Liquor Locker.
There it is.
You love it.
Yep.
You love it.
Yep.
We didn't get to pay the bills early, so
No.
we got to pay them now.
Yep.
The good folks at the Liquor Locker. Have you seen their new whiskey?
No.
Oh my God, Jay sent the picture in the chat here this week, and I got to pull it up. We got to chat for the Hub Show.
While he looks that up, guys, Liquor Locker on Dual Highway
Yes.
has all your beer, liquor, spirits, wine.
The Wilderness approved.
That's it. So this is the same people who did the Masters of the Universe, Elijah
Yes.
Craig. Yeah, they do certain they do.
Is this going to
different
be a
labels.
thing over there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Then we need to go. Like, there needs to be a voyage over to the Liquor Locker after this show. If I wasn't going to Camden Yards this afternoon to watch the Orioles lose,
Yeah.
I'd,
Who do they play today?
They play Boston, so we might win.
You might win.
Yeah, we might have a chance.
Boston lost to.
That's like the only team
Mets
worse
the
than
other
us.
day?
That's the only team worse than us.
Yeah. Well, you know.
You know, it happens.
Well, they might not be worse than you after today. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, so then we got Liquor Locker, Dual Highway, all of your beer, wine, liquor, spirits, cigar needs. Go to Liquor Locker. Good people at Liquor Locker. Some of the nicest people who are always willing to help if you have any questions and need to find something. They have the online ordering, the curbside pickup, and they will order. I believe they will. If you ask them, they can order stuff for you.
Yeah. You know, speaking of online ordering, you know who else has online ordering?
Who?
Are the good folks at DisplayJ.com.
Really?
The good folks at DisplayJ.
Tell me about
And ladies and
DisplayJ.
gentlemen, we've already seen. We were talking about ATCW earlier. Indie wrestling's coming back, ladies and gentlemen, and also, I don't know what your small business is doing out there, but if you're doing any kind of conventions or any kind of situations where you're dealing with the public, you want the good folks at DisplayJ.com to hook you up with the best signage, banners, backdrops. We've got pop-up displays, we've got table throws, everything to make you look 100% professional. Especially for you indie wrestlers out there.
You need your gimmick table to look good.
Yes, you need your gimmick tables to look good out there. And you want to contact the good folks at DisplayJ.com or his new pro wrestling themed site, ProWrestlingDisplays.com. Ladies and gentlemen, you will get the deal of a lifetime. Make sure you mention the podcast pit when you get over there. That's all I'm going to say.
So, back to WrestleMania. Night 1 of WrestleMania.
All right.
Then we've got New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos.
Okay.
The Giant Omos. I could see AJ winning this one, actually. I'm not super invested in this match.
I kind of want to see how good this guy has been after sitting there watching AJ Styles perform in the ring. Because we all, seriously, that was one of the big things that made Kevin Nash a star. Mm-hmm. He get to sit every night for 3-4 months,
right? Watching
Shawn Michaels perform clinics.
Yep.
Say what you want about Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is one of the best in-ring performers in history.
Yeah.
Getting to sit there and watch him at the ring every night. It's like basically going to a master class.
Right.
So let's see how he does.
And then I am very interested to watch the Bad Bunny Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison match.
Yeah.
Because of apparently after Christmas and stuff, Bad Bunny had rented a house down in Orlando, moved to Orlando, and has been in the training center every single day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's apparently taking this super serious. He's been at the Performance Center, and he's being trained, I know at least by Drew Gulak.
Oh, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you want to be trained by anybody, that's a guy.
Yeah, he's had two. I can't remember who his other trainer is there, but they were both a little skeptical. But apparently he's fully committed to it.
Well, that's good to hear. It's nice to hear that a celebrity is fully committed.
Speaking of celebrity,
yes,
Logan Paul will be in Sami Zayn's corner versus Kevin Owens on night 2 of WrestleMania.
Now, some of us out there know who Logan Paul is, and some of you guys are like, who the hell is Logan Paul? This guy's a YouTube celebrity.
He's the one who went to the suicide forest in Japan and filmed the dead body.
Yeah.
He and his brother are kind of terrible people. Jake more so than Logan, in my opinion. Jake is actually getting ready to fight Ben Askren here in this month sometime.
Oh, gee, I wonder how that's going to go.
I hope Ben Askren whoops him, dude. Oh man, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna be so mad because it's just gonna fuel the Logan Paul, the Jake Paul hype.
Yeah, well,
and I don't need that in my life.
Well, I know a bunch of them. Don't they go out and try to do film boxing fights on their YouTube channel?
Yeah,
I don't get it, but there's a lot of kids out there that like it. So if it's gonna bring eyes and ears to wrestling, hey, thumbs up, guys. Right. It's not my cup of coffee, but if you guys enjoy that kind of thing, more power to you.
Yeah, and then we've got probably the match I am least excited for.
What's that?
Is Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage.
Why do I have a feeling like it's going to be like a sleeper, though? I feel like
I have no.
It's going to be Shane. It's going to be Braun literally just handing Shane his ass for 20 minutes,
and then he's going to do a coast to coast,
probably.
And then he's going to jump off the top of the cage.
Well, man, McMahon's not losing at WrestleMania unless it's the Taker.
I'm just not invested in it. It's just I'm not not interested. I'm not invested. I also hate that whenever Braun does the running around the ring, they now play train sounds.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious. I wish I were kidding.
Oh my god.
Because he's the Strowman Express, Michael.
The Strowman Express.
I hate it. I hate it so much. The other week,
can you imagine if
Shane McMahon poured slime on him for I don't know why. It was just there.
There was a time where if you said I don't know, slime would get poured on you.
Yeah.
There was a time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, for all you old school Nickelodeon fans.
And then women's tag team turmoil. There's now, I think, 5 women's tag teams in this match. The winner of it will go on to face Nia and Shayna then at night 2. The newest entrant will be Carmella and Billie Kay.
I kind of like that team.
That is who I'm rooting for.
You're rooting for them?
I am. Them or Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
Because I love Mandy Rose.
I love me some Mandy Rose.
And then to close out night 1, to close out night 1,
we can't even acknowledge these comments on the air.
No,
we can't.
To close out night one, it will be Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. I think Belair goes over here.
That old boy's probably crying in his beer.
Oh, he's fine. Yeah, look, man, you got to have thick skin to be in the wrestling business, man.
I guess you're right.
So night 2, I have no order what these will be in, but it's Riddle versus Sheamus, which could be a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
Nia and Shayna versus whoever wins the tag team turmoil, who will also be taking their life into their own hands. Owens versus Zayn, and I swear, if I don't see Kevin Owens jump off that pirate ship, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
What's the point of having the pirate ship? Tony Lowe, I'm
Tony Lowe, you were absolutely right.
Yeah, speaking of women's matches and stuff, on Talking, I think it's called still Talking Smack now. It's after SmackDown. They brought it back. Heyman was on there, and Natalya and Tamina were on there, and like Natalya's like, I'm sick that there's not more women's matches. I want a spot. I want this, and she's like, Paul Heyman looked at her and said, if your father were alive now, he would beat whoever trained you to say that. And then he looked at Tamina and to act this way, and he's like, and he said to Tamina, and I don't even want to know what your father would do. I was like, oh. Yeah, I mean, Heyman, and you could tell Natalya and Tamina had no clue what he was going to say. When he said that, they just, he put them in their place. Yeah. He basically called them spoiled brats.
Wow.
And you're not owed anything. Go out there, beat people up, take your chances, bust down the door. Don't expect anything to ever be given to you. And you've got to find the clip.
It was Paul Heyman dishing out truth on a weekly basis. It's you love to see it.
I honestly think they don't tell. They just say what you want, because I couldn't believe it.
By the way, did you see this week Joey Ryan's YouTube channel got taken down again?
All right, we're not going to talk about Joey Ryan. We're going to give him more time than he deserves. But Joey, man. If I were you,
don't do it, dog.
I would just lay low for a little while. Now, to the fans telling him that he should kill himself and go die and stuff, screw you. That's not cool.
Nope.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
He's still a person. He may have done some screwed up things allegedly, but you don't tell someone to go kill themselves. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But he also just needs to.
You need to lay low.
Lay low, because every time he talks, every time he gives them the power. Every time he comes up and says, well, he responds to those trolls and stuff, it's not good.
It's not. And I mean, it's literally, I see posts, and it's this is just commentary on the situation. I see these posts, and every post that he makes himself look much worse.
Right.
Yeah, it's everything. There was one that I saw a couple of weeks ago. I think I showed it to it might Corey Bush might have been in the room, and I showed it to him. But I'm sitting there looking at this. I'm like, somebody seriously posted this.
Yeah,
in 2021, and this isn't a situation where people are too sensitive these days. It's just people. Someone. I don't want to I don't want to make an accusation or name call on this situation, because I've seen what happens.
Sure.
However, it looks very narcissistic, and it looks very there's a lack of empathy on his end for the things
Yes.
that have been said, you don't want to go out and antagonize people anymore.
Right.
And it just seems like every post, that's what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. He just needs to lie low for a little while. Enough about him. We've said our piece there.
And Brian Carball, yes, you are right. It could be worse. He could be Ted Hart.
Yeah. He
Because
just got thrown out of an event this weekend.
I didn't know Ted Hart was out of jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like the guy. The guy is one of the single most talented people that has never made it to national television, so to speak. I don't understand how someone continually gets in this much trouble and is still walking freely.
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of jail and all that, they announced Dark Side of the Ring announced their comeback date. Sorry, we're all over the place today, folks. But May 6th, and they announced an episode that has been kept under wraps that no one knew about.
What's that?
The Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, yes.
And his wife is in it.
His wife is in it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's either his wife or sister. Let me find the release, the press release. I saw it this week and I couldn't believe it. Dark.
Oh, Tony Lowe on your Flow Rider comment. I think they've beaten Flow Rider to death at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have beaten that dead horse so many times. That Miami WrestleMania, the last one that I went to, what was that, 2012? They had him performing all over that card. Honestly, I thought Flo Rida just worked for WWE, not was
right.
Yeah, I just thought he worked there.
Dark Side of the
he took Jim Johnston's job or something.
Right. Press.
What are we doing here?
I'm looking for the press release to see.
Oh, for Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
So
we're also getting Dark Side of Football. Apparently,
we're getting the dark. That's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm a fan of these Dark Side of the Ring.
Dude, wait! I can't wait till they
documentaries.
They're
so good.
They could do a whole season on Michael Irvin alone.
Oh yeah. I
don't even want to know what's going to happen when they start doing OJ.
Oh,
somebody's already done that. ESPN I think did that justice. But
also, if you haven't watched the People versus OJ, that's a really good show.
Yeah,
I'll find it here, but there's a relation. I don't know if it's his wife, but it is a relation to the Ultimate Warrior. Will be on the show.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, that should be interesting.
Yeah,
I know they were supposed to do Did they say they were going to talk about the ECW and XPW incident?
Yes.
I know they were supposed to talk about the Messiah, which if you haven't heard that story, I mean, I think me and Tony Lowe talked about that here in the chat on the podcast a couple of weeks back. But, yeah, that's still, even now, this is 20 years removed. That's still one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Dark Side of the Ring, guys, you've got to. It is on Vice TV. It is so good. It is probably some of the best wrestling documentaries, 60-minute wrestling documentaries, 45-minute.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's so well done. So the last couple WrestleMania things, we're getting Bray versus Orton. We're getting Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum match. Interesting little note about this match. When people reached out to their backstage sources and stuff, nobody knows what a Nigerian drum match is. Wow. They
literally legitimately don't know.
Yeah. The details have not been given.
Man.
So,
and a Nigerian drum match.
I have no clue. And then we're getting Asuka versus
I wonder if they
Rhea
go
Ripley.
all Houston Astros and they just bang on the drum to let you know what move's coming next.
Maybe. Oh, there it is.
I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. So we're getting Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, which I think is going to be another good match. And then I assume the closer will be Edge versus Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
going to be a good match.
Yes.
There's no way that is a bad match.
No.
Roman, say what you want about Roman Reigns. He's talented.
This is the best he's ever been.
Yeah. Edge, this is going to be a comeback for him.
Yep. I mean, he came back as he has said, I think this week or last, he is the rated R superstar again.
Yeah.
He has gone full heel mode, and I love it. That's what I wanted from Edge. Ever since he came back, I wanted him just to be the rated R superstar. Just because that's the best he's ever been, and now I can see that no pun intended, Edge again.
Not to mention, going that hour in the Royal Rumble just should tell you about where he is as a performer.
Right.
Because that's not an easy feat.
No.
It's not an easy feat at all.
Last thing I've got to talk about.
Tony Brillo, that's a shit heel move, Mike Ghost Rose.
Well,
just shooting here.
So last thing I want to talk about, AEW, although it lost this week, was a pretty good show. Did you watch Chris Jericho's promo from this week?
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude. I mean, he is still one of, if not the best talker in the business. He is so good. We're getting kind of this vicious face version of the Inner Circle, which I like. They announced a blood and guts match for May 5th, I think. We got a really good match between Hangman Adam Page and Max Caster. They're starting to plant those seeds for Hangman Adam Page to be the AEW savior. Like, I can see it.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that in a minute, because we also had Tay Conti versus Allie, or the Bunny.
Yep.
Really good match.
Back to that Hangman Adam Page match. Guys, Max Caster is going to be a star.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, that's like he's one of my favorite guys to watch on AEW.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 100% going to be a huge star.
It ain't going to be overnight. It's not going to be this year, but like next year, the year after, like that guy is going to be a big deal.
And then, so to end the show, the Young Bucks, turned on Jon Moxley, and it looks like the Bullet Club has finally reunited. And then I got really excited because immediately following, Tama Tonga, who has been calling out Kenny and AEW for their portrayal of their Bullet Club. Now they can't say Bullet Club because they don't think they own the rights to it. But they can say it but they can't say it on TV. It's weird. But Tama Tonga said, "Yo, Jon Moxley, need help?" and showed a GIF of like him, Tongaloa, Bad Luck Fale, and Kenta.
Huh.
And I got so excited. Tama Tonga is one of the scariest dudes, and one of those kayfabe dudes too. He exudes Bullet Club.
I like listening to him talk because it sounds real.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like a scripted promo.
Nope.
Like he is literally the realest man in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, his dad is scary.
Yeah, his dad that's an understatement.
Yeah. If you haven't Haku, his dad, is legitimately probably the toughest wrestler ever to live.
Yeah, don't mess with him.
He's terrifying. He is absolutely the stories coming that people can tell about Haku are nuts. You can go on YouTube and find tons of videos.
I've worked on so many shows with him, and I've never seen him angry. He's always just in a good mood. But I've just heard, don't make him angry.
Right.
So you kind of just take that advice when you have enough people, and especially when you see people. Like the toughest people in the room, especially around here, like you see your Jake Davises or your Leslie Leathermans, that guy's badass. Like,
right,
when you're young,
don't cross him.
When you're young in the business and don't know, you just hear that and you're just like, yeah, maybe I won't cross him.
Right,
ever.
Tony Lowe, Switchblade Jay White versus Kenny Omega would be a great. I still think. Oh man, I almost forgot. I was going to say Ibushi versus Omega, but Ibushi lost the title to Will Ospreay this week.
Will Ospreay on top of the IWGP.
Yeah, man. Which the new belt I really like, man. I really like the new belt.
Yeah, it grew on me. I'll just say that.
I think it kind of has elements of every IWGP, like the original belt, the newer belts, everything. It's a good belt. Yeah. It's a good belt. People just need to chill.
I do like the older one because I think that was was the most beautiful belt in wrestling.
Right.
However.
I also wanted to say, if you guys go on YouTube, I discovered it this week. I didn't get to watch Bloodsport 6, but Josh Bartnett's Barnett's Bloodsport is incredible. It is done in a very different way where it's on a wrestling ring, but there's no ropes, and every match must end in a submission or a knockout or a TKO. They're basically worked shoots. And you're seeing a lot of catch wrestling and holds and open palm strikes. it's this weird amalgamation of MMA and pro wrestling. And Mike, we were talking. It makes me think what wrestling originally was, like in the 20s and 30s. Yeah. Like the whole, just not. There's no flips. There's no coming off the top rope. There's nothing. It's just two dudes almost shooting on each other. It's really good. It was really good stuff.
No, like I heard about Bloodsport. This is like a couple of years back, and I finally recently got to watch one.
Yeah,
and was kind of blown away.
Yeah,
I was like, man, this could be a thing.
I watched Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Barnett in a 25-minute time limit draw match. I mean, it was good.
Yeah,
it was incredible. And they were able to just tell a story without coming off the ropes or any flips or anything, which I do like that stuff. It has its time and its place. But this was so different, and it was pure. It was really cool. It was really good.
Yeah, it's kind of like what wrestling I feel like that's going to be what wrestling gets back to.
Yeah, it's going to have to.
Year.
Yeah, everything's a pendulum.
Yeah, I think wrestling's going to get back to that in the next couple of years, and this is going to be like a bigger thing. Like you might see this represented on WWE in some way, shape, or form, or that style at least.
Mike Black, I heard Chavo Guerrero was great this past week.
Oh, Chavo was great?
Yeah, apparently Moxley lost to Josh Barnett by referee stoppage, and then Moxley went after the ref for stopping it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it kind of blurs, Bloodsport kind of blurs that line between what is real and what isn't.
Yeah.
And I like that. We need more of that in wrestling.
We really do. We really do.
But that's all I got today.
That's all you got. Well, you know what? We got one more thing. We
do, don't we?
We got one more thing. You know, we have a match, another match. We've been doing this every week. We're announcing first round matchups for the Voltage Grand Championship Tournament, and we're going to announce another one today.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to let you guys know, June 5th, this is the first round of the tournament. We have the Kingpin of Riot City, Sickened, and he's going to be going one-on-one with Miles Millennium in the first round of the tournament.
Man.
This tournament is shaping up to be,
man,
it's going to be sick. It's going to be, yeah.
It's going to mean, the matches we have, are just, I'm excited for each one. And every time I know the talent, but every time we announce a talent, every time we announce a match, every time we announce, when we got the word that we were going to get Sandman to be there, everything's just
kind of coming
exciting.
Together. Yeah.
It's exciting stuff.
It's exciting just for wrestling around here.
Yeah,
right now because I'm seeing some shows pop up. I'm seeing EPPW pop up with some shows. Obviously we were talking about ATCW earlier, and with the lineup that they have in their tournament, it's pretty freaking sick.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty sick. The people that win in this whole situation is the fans of the area, because you're getting the upper echelon talent on all of these shows, and I believe that it's going to benefit everybody coming out of the gate. Like, we got this May 14th and May 15th. That's going to be a big wrestling weekend coming up here, with ATCW kind of leading the pack there that weekend. We've got that weekend, June 4th, June 5th, with EPPW the night before us. You've got us over at O'Connell's Irish Pub, doing our thing. Yeah. And it's going to be a big and busy weekend for professional wrestling.
Yeah, guys. So please get your tickets for June 5th at O'Connell's Pub. Bell time is 7:30, so probably closer to 7:35 because it's an indie professional wrestling. It's an indie event.
Well, yeah.
Get your tickets on Facebook. Please like, share, subscribe. Especially share the Voltage stuff. We're really trying to build this audience, and you guys, you don't want to miss it. We're bringing in some of the. I'm really excited about the talent that we are going to have in this tournament. I'm really excited for the fans to see these matches, to see these people in the ring working again after a year and a half at that point, man.
Please,
huge.
And not just us. Please support
everyone.
Yeah, please support indie wrestling as a whole. Like, we've been waiting, and for the fans out there that are watching this, we've been waiting a year. We've been sitting on the sidelines for a year. We cannot wait to get back out there. And I can't speak for the other promoters in the area, but I know they feel the same way. We cannot wait to get back out there to perform for you guys. It has been way too long. We missed the shit out of you guys, and we can't wait to get back out.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all we got.
Sickened and Miles Millennium. First round matchup.
Another great one.
Another great one. In addition to Ben Bishop and Jason Raditz, in addition to Kevin Mears and Max Morrison, we've got a stacked tournament.
And we're not done yet.
We ain't done yet. No, we're not done yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, for Rennis Carball, I am Mike Raddick. We will see you next week. Same podcast time, same podcast channel. We are out.
This is the Podcast Pit, brought to you by Ben Media.